George was excited. He was on his way to Australia.
No, we haven't even taken off.
Oh!
Here you go, George. Maybe this will help.
Sir,
Uh,
we're in Sydney.
oh.
G'day. Welcome to the land down under. I'm your tour guide, Bailey Bungie.
How'd you know it was us?
Recognized you by a monkey.
Mum said a monkey would be on the safari, so I begged to come along. This is my vacation too.
My daughter, Bindi.
And you must be George.
Let's get going. Your Australian Outback Safari adventure awaits.
I hope you like animals, because you're about to meet a lot of them. We're in the land down under, enjoy the view. We have so many strange animals that'll amaze you.
These are dingoes, wild cousins of man's best
You
friend.
can meet them on the ground or in a tree. I bet you make a new buddy, just wait and see. So keep your heart wide open and true. You'll find a friend smiling back at you. Thanks, mate, no worries, g'day. That's the Aussie way. Ooh. In the outback, there's much more to see.
Koalas.
There's a brumby over there by a wallaby. Here's a bird called the emu who doesn't fly. It'll dry out and be as good as new, but he can beat you in a foot race every time.
Strangely refreshing.
So keep your heart wide open and true. You'll find a friend smiling back at you. Thanks, mate. No worries, g'day. That's the Aussie way.
It's an emu.
Ooh.
My hat.
That's the Aussie way. Thanks, mate. No worries, my friend. That's the Aussie way. No worries, my friend. That's the Aussie way. No worries, my friend. That's the Aussie way.
Here we are, all the comforts of home. Even a shower.
No! George!
No worries, George. We get rain 6 months out of the year, so the tents are waterproof.
Today was great, but tomorrow's gonna be even better. We're gonna see my favorite Australian animal, the... What's that?
Cook.
Oh, I've never heard of an animal called a cook.
Cook isn't an animal. Cook's a cook.
He plays a didgeridoo whenever it's time for dinner.
Wow, that was neat. Thanks, that was a great meal.
Why don't you get some shut-eye?
Yes, you have a big day tomorrow.
Okay, I'll set up our beds.
These were the biggest footprints George had ever seen. He wondered who or what made them. Everyone else's footprints went one in front of the other. But these footprints were side by side. And they were really far apart. The only way you could get that far and keep your feet side by side was by hopping. Monkeys are natural-born explorers. So when the man with the yellow hat decided to visit Bunch of Beak Island to photograph birds, George decided to explore with him.
Here's the radio, here's the throttle, and here is the key.
Think the key ring is big enough?
Easy there.
Fun to play with, though. Okay, here you go.
Careful. That's the only key we have.
Really?
Aye. There used to be 5 keys, 1 for each quint. The first key fell down a drain. The second key fell down a drain. The third key fell down a drain.
What happened to the 4th key?
Probably fell down a drain. So, be very careful with this key. It's the only one we've got.
Don't worry, Mr. Quint. We'll take good care of it. Won't we, George?
Well, what are you waiting for? Shove off. Have fun.
At last, it was time for exploring. An explorer always keeps an eye out for interesting things. George saw interesting birds, interesting fish, and a very interesting water monkey. But the most interesting thing George saw was a water lump, and it was following them.
I wonder what that is. What do you know, George? It's an otter pup.
Pup? The man couldn't be right. That thing didn't look anything like a dog. Its paws were like hands, and its toes were like fingers, only they had webs. Plus, George didn't know any dog that could float on its back. But it did bark. Maybe it was a dog.
Not a pup like a dog. Young otters are also called pups. From the look of him, he's a very young pup. He must live around here. They usually have homes called dens along the shore.
A den? George didn't see TVs, sofas, or any other den furniture. Just a hole.
Otters are very playful and very curious. Almost as curious as a monkey. I think he likes you. What do you know? Fucticus ludovicianus, also known as a rose-breasted grosbeak. You want to go with me or stay with your friend? Oh, all right. Oops. Better put this someplace safe. See you soon.
The man was right about the otter. He was very playful. He played peekaboo. And hide and seek. The man said the otter was a pup. Maybe he liked to play fetch, too.